This is a lack of sense. Peter Obi knocks Tinubu Shettima for traveling out of the country. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got to earn this morning. As our headline for this morning says, this is a lack of sense. Peter Obi knocks Tinubu and Shettima for traveling out of the country. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, LP, in the 2023 election, has attacked President Bola Tinubu and his vice Shettima for their simultaneous absence from the nation. In addition, Obi said that it is debatable whether or not to believe the president's argument that the two leaders' absence has left no leadership void in the country. Speaking via a statement on his X account on Friday, Peter Obi submitted that Nigeria is facing a lot of domestic problems, and it is concerning for both the president and the vice president to be. It is concerning for both the president and the vice president to be away from the country at such time. He noted that the 2 weeks the president was expected to be away from the country has elapsed, and the president should have returned to Nigeria as the citizens need his attention to steer the country out of the predicament caused by harsh economic policies. While it is arguable that with the president and vice president's absence from the villa, there is no vacancy in the presidency. In a situation where both the president and vice president are out of the country, as reported in the media yesterday, it's concerning for a country with such myriads of domestic problems. The president had told us he would only be gone for 14 days. The 14 days have passed now. We are waiting to see him in the country. One would have expected him to return earlier than expected, considering the volume of work that needs to be done in a troubled nation like ours. The untold hardship that has been unleashed on our people as a result of some of his administration policies is unimaginable, and we need his urgent attention to plug the nation out of the present situation, will be submitted. A former Anambra State governor also argued that it makes better economic sense for Tinubu to have traveled to Sweden himself from France instead of detailing Vice President Shettima to represent him. According to Obi, making Shettima travel all the way to Sweden does not represent the kind of fiscal responsibility and common sense expected of Nigerian leaders at a time the country is battling with clean resources. He called on the leaders of the country to show true commitment by prioritizing the welfare and the well-being of the citizens. Again, since the president is reportedly in Paris, France, which is just about 333 neutral miles from Stockholm, Sweden, no one wonder why he did not just attend the 2 days working visit to Sweden. He could simply have done it on his way back from France. With his new powerful jet, which should have taken him 2 hours. This would have saved time and the very scarce natural resources we need critically and in this time. Instead, he delegated his vice president, who needed to travel 3,055 neutral miles for 9 hours at about 4 times the travel from Paris, Abuja, Nigeria to Stockholm, Sweden, to represent him at the event. It would take about 4 times the time on distance to travel from Paris, France to Stockholm to travel from Abuja to Stockholm. This does not represent the kind of fiscal responsibilities and common sense that is expected of leaders whose people are facing severe hunger and poverty. This is time to show true committed leadership to the people by making decisions to prioritize the well-being of the people and effective management of the nation's scarce resources in elevating the sufferings of the people. And that is all Peter Obi said for you guys concerning this headline today this morning, which says here that this is a lack of sense. Peter Obi knocks Tinubu Shettima for traveling out of the country. And yeah, of course, yes, you heard it from me this morning. If you want to get more updated news like this, drop a comment in the comment section. Then you can tap that subscribe button with the notification bell to get more updates like this in the near future to come. Coming back to this headline, we all know that Peter Obi is the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and is not happy concerning what the president and the vice president did at the same time, because it does not make sense that the president and the vice president leave the country simultaneously at the same time. Forget about the power vacuum that he talked about in the beginning. Yes, there's no power vacuum in Nigeria. Good, that is very good, but it's not still good because right now Nigeria has a lot of domestic problems, and we need the president or the vice president to steer this country away from this hardship. Like seriously, we need the president or the vice president to steer this country out of the hardship. Because Tinubu now, he said he's going to spend 2 weeks in Paris, France. 2 weeks have expired now. We never see him. He never come back. And again, there was a meeting that Nigeria president was supposed to have in Stockholm, Sweden. Tinubu should have just on his way coming back from France. He just go to Sweden, just stay in Sweden for 2 days, then come back to Nigeria with his new private jet that he has. But instead, he delegated his vice president to travel 9 hours from Nigeria, Abuja here, to Stockholm, Sweden, the capital of Sweden. That is 9 hours. But from France to Sweden, it's just 2 hours. Oh. Just 2 hours. You see how bad it is. Not only has the president wasted resources, he has wasted time, and has wasted somebody to be here to tell the give at least give the people a little bit of hope. Because to me, nobody even sees hope in these two presidents anymore. People don't see hope. Nah. Well, um, cat. One of the comment section, Chukwemeka Isn't who said that Mr. George Peter Obi, remember during your campaign, you were seriously talking about the economy, and most Nigerians listened and followed you. But Mahmoud sold the hope of greater numbers of Nigeria. Cost be that Mahmoud Yakubu may not be a bad speech. It's just being reaping what one sows. Thank you for analyzing this financial recklessness. See, this person is thanking Peter Obi. Well, it's not Peter Obi fault that we are stuck with this bad president. It is the NA president. Yes, because I don't see the sense of that. The two presidents don't have financial sense at all. They like luxury over the people. What do you guys think? Oh? Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button as a big red one with the notification bell, so that anytime I have any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.